I've got some eye-opening stats from scratch golfers in the PGA Tour that I think is really going to give you a paradigm shift, a big reality check on what you can really expect when you're 100 yards away and in the fairway. Let's take a look at those numbers. All right, we're focusing on the numbers from 100 yards in the fairway. These numbers aren't even from the rough. These are in the fairway numbers. This data on the scratch golfers is from Arccos Golf and Lou Stagner. He's a great follow on X. He's got a ton of golf stats. And then from PGA Tour in their stat section as well. These are some really eye-opening stats. I got a few green stakes in the ground behind me. The first green stake is 10 feet from the hole. The second green stake is 20 feet from the hole. The last green stake, way on the edge of the screen, is 30 feet from the hole. So let's look at some average expectations. These are really eye-opening. I think it's going to really help manage your expectations on what you can expect when you're out in the fairway. You got a wedge in your hand. Usually you're salivating. You're thinking, I'm going to hit this to kick in birdie. Most of the time, that's just not going to happen. A lot of times we're watching weekend golf, and it can kind of throw a way different perception on things. When you're watching weekend golf, a lot of times they're showing those later groups. You are watching the best golfers in the world play their best at that time. So this is some really good stats that will really open up your mind on what you can expect when you have a wedge in your hand. I'm way on the edge of the screen here. I'm 30 feet from the pin. This green stake is 30 feet from the pin. And this is according to Arccos data, scratch golfers, zero handicap. No, it's not all encompassing, but I think it's a pretty good representation of what the averages would be. Scratch golfers, zero handicaps, 100 to 104 yards. When they are 100 to 104 yards away in the fairway, the average proximity to the hole, 30 feet. 30 feet from the hole for a scratch golfer. The second green stake is 20 feet from the pin. Now this year, the full year PGA Tour stats so far, as of this video, the PGA Tour averages, this is even a little shorter than 100 yards. On the PGA Tour website, from 75 to 100 yards, their average proximity to the hole is a little bit over 17 feet. That may be shocking, but that is the reality. That is the average proximity to the hole. PGA Tour average is probably about where I'm standing. Yes, it's still a good shot, but it's still 17 feet away from the pin. In this green stake that's closest to the pin, we're about 10 feet away there. This is a really interesting stat. No player in PGA Tour history, as long as they've been keeping stats, from 75 to 100 yards in the fairway, no player in history has ever had an average proximity for an entire season closer than 10 feet. That is astounding. No player in history from 75 to 100 yards has ever had an average proximity distance over the course of the entire season closer than 10 feet. Yes, they are very good. Yes, they hit a lot of good wedge shots. But just understand, a lot of times with the wedge in your hand in the fairway, you are not going to hit it to kick in birdie range every time. You're not playing horrible golf. You're just misunderstanding what the range of outcomes could be. There are two things that have really helped me with my wedges. First thing is don't overswing. And the second thing is, in reality, just focus on hitting the green, and you'll be way ahead of the game. So I hope these stats have been eye-opening for you. A lot of times we're expecting this range of outcome right here. We want everything in a very makeable birdie putt range, but the fact is the averages just do not say that. Inside of 10 feet, very good shot. Scratch handicap, according to Arccos Golf, average proximity to the hole, 30 feet away, that green stake, way out on the edge of the screen. And on the PGA Tour this year, current statistics, average proximity to the hole from the fairway, 75 to 100 yard range, 17 feet, just a little over 17 feet. So I hope this helps clear up kind of what your expectations can be from 100 yards. Go a little easier on yourself, manage your expectations. You're not playing awful golf. You just need to have a better reality check on what the range of outcomes can be, even when you're relatively close to the hole.